Hey YouTube, what's going on? Lionheart here, and on today's video, I want to talk about how to play Fischl, including 2 builds and related team comps you can use to destroy pretty much every enemy in the game. Before we do that, I just want to say thanks for taking time out of your day to watch this video. If you like the content, please don't forget to subscribe at the end. And thanks. Okay, let's jump into both builds. The first build focuses on physical damage, placing Fischl in the primary DPS role. In this video, I'm using 2-piece Bloodstained Chivalry and 2-piece Gladiators, which provides 25% bonus physical damage and 18% attack bonus. You're not going to use that. Instead, you're going to use 4-piece Pale Flame, which releases in 1.5 and provides an extra 25% bonus physical damage, for a grand total of 50% bonus physical damage. And yes, you keep the 18% attack bonus too. This set is absolutely insane for Fischl, and its activation trigger involves elemental skill damage, which Oz excels at. The second build focuses on electro damage, placing Fischl in a support role. You will use 4-piece Thundering Fury, which provides 100% Oz uptime and increases Electro-Charged damage, which is where I think Fischl really shines when she's used in a support role. If you just wanted the artifacts I'm using, now you have them. But for everyone else, let's dive in on the extra details. For physical Fischl, here are the primary stats you want to target on artifacts: attack percent for your sands, physical damage bonus on your goblet, and a crit circlet. Whether you use crit rate or crit damage for the circlet will depend on the weapon you choose and the substats you roll on other pieces. A good ratio to target is 1 point of crit rate for every 2 points of crit damage. If you have 50% crit rate, you want 100% crit damage. If you have 50% crit rate and 180% crit damage, you've invested too much in crit damage and need to reduce your crit damage in favor of crit rate. Do not get baited by big numbers. You will have better results following the 1-to-2 formula I shared with you over stacking high crit damage and deviating from that formula. Unless your crit rate is like 80-85%, then you can do some deviation. Prioritize the following substats on all your artifact pieces: crit rate, crit damage, and attack percent, and your nice to haves include energy recharge and elemental mastery. For weapons, Skyward Harp is definitely the best in slot right now. However, there are a lot of viable 4-star options too. Rust, the Viridescent Hunt, Compound Bow, Blackcliff Warbow, and Royal Bow are all reasonable to use. You can see the damage comparisons here with each one at level 20 using my standard build. Now keep in mind, my artifacts and substats are optimized for Skyward Harp, not for these weapons, which means you can probably get better results with your own build. And also, all your weapons won't be level 20 like mine are in the comparison, so your numbers will definitely be bigger. If you have Skyward Harp, then you are using the very best. Harp causes an extra physical attack every 2 seconds, which scales in damage with your build. This is very, very good, especially when you look at the amazing crit rate and crit damage already on the weapon. Once you have your weapon and artifact plan locked in, you'll need a team comp. Here are 2 team comps I really like with physical Fischl. The first is an all 4-star team comp using 2 Pyro for Pyro Resonance and 1 Cryo to trigger Superconduct, which is an Electro-Cryo elemental reaction that reduces enemy physical resistance and will boost physical damage done by Fischl. I've chosen Xinyan and Bennett for my Pyro characters, since Xinyan boosts physical damage with her shield, and she also shreds physical resistance at Constellation 4, and Bennett is arguably the best character in the entire game, with an incredible heal and very potent attack steroid, especially once you've unlocked the cap with Constellations. Kaya is convenient for close range application of Cryo, but you honestly could use any Cryo character here who can reliably proc Superconduct. The second team comp is a premium comp using Geo Resonance and a backup DPS with Cryo to trigger Superconduct. This is my favorite comp since Zhongli's shield shreds enemy resistance and protects Fischl and just like does everything in the game because it's the most amazing shield ability in the game, period. And plus he gets a new set at 1.5, so that's kind of cool. And then Albedo also adds a lot of extra DPS, right? Having the ability to enable, a lot more effective damage with the proc on the Solar Isotoma. And also he serves as a really good battery with Zhongli, so you have access to their elemental burst for really good, emergency situations. You want to drop Zhongli's meteor, you want to use Albedo's burst. Those also give you high periods of invulnerability, right, from the iframes on those. So yeah, they're just really, really good together. They fit on lots of team comps, and it's no surprise that they're really amazing here. Also, they enable Geo Resonance, which is a great damage boost, and you should have Zhongli's shield active pretty much all the time, if not all the time. And then Ganyu is kind of icing on the cake, right? She's an incredibly strong DPS. The great thing I like about Ganyu here is that she can apply cryo in a lot of different ways, right? She can put a taunt out that will apply cryo. She can use a large AoE elemental burst that applies cryo. She can also just shoot cryo onto the enemy. And then, Fischl's also a ranged character, so there's no need to get close to trigger superconduct, which I really like. Okay, so those are the two team comps for Physical Fischl, and I talked about the build. If you have any questions about how to do this, drop by my Twitch channel, or you can leave a comment in the video below. If you don't know what my Twitch channel is, I've left a link to that in the video description. All right, next up, let's chat about Electrofishing. You'll want to use an Elemental Mastery or Attack % Sands, an Electro Damage bonus Goblet, and a Crit Circlet. This time, probably almost always going to be crit rate on that circlet due to the recommended weapons not having crit damage or crit rate. And I'll get to that more in a moment. You're going to prioritize similar substats, except this time, in addition to crit rate, crit damage, Elemental and Mastery and Energy Recharge are going to become the ones you want to prioritize, and Attack % is going to move down as nice to have. For weapons, I recommend Stringless, Alley Hunter, or Favonius Warbow. The first two focus on increasing Fischl's total damage output from Oz, which is the main reason you would use her in a support role and in an Electro build. And then the last one will just help you with energy generation for the entire team. Honestly, it's really personal preference on which one you use. But of course, you can also decide to just, use Skyward Harp if you have it, because it's so insanely good. But you probably will get more use out of it on a non-support build, if I'm being honest. Anyway, Electrofishing, she fits into lots of team comps. You can run her with Eula when Eula releases at 1.5, or in one of my favorite team comps, which is the Electro Lioness. That includes Beidou, Fischl, Xingqiu, and Diona. In that comp, you're really using Fischl to just improve Beidou's physical damage with Superconduct, elemental reactions with Diona, and then you're adding in Electro-Charged with Xingqiu for just a really high damage output. And then there's a lot of damage reduction on it between Beidou's elemental burst and Xingqiu's elemental skill. And then Fischl's also doing mana battery work with Beidou, and it's just a crazy team comp. So you should definitely give it a try sometime, or again, just drop by my live stream on Twitch, and I'm happy to show it to you. All right, I think that covers everything I wanted to talk about with Fischl. I'll try to keep these videos a little bit more short. So again, there's probably a lot of details you may want or have questions about. And again, the solution is just to leave a comment below in the video and I'll get to that, or you can just come speak with me on Twitch. Listen, Fischl's an incredible 4-star character. She can fill many different roles depending on your build. So I think you'll have a great time playing her and investing in her, and I think she'll be even more fun in 1.5 with Zhongli coming back and with Eula, and there's just so many cool opportunities there. If you liked the video, please subscribe and enable alerts for future content. And that's all for me on this one. I hope you have a great time playing Genshin Impact, and I'll see you next time.